Level 1. The conscript. You're 17, new conscript, Delta Region Garrison. The Hebrews are building your barracks and you've already learned not to see them. 40 Hebrews under your watch. Keep them moving. Keep the quota. File the report. Third week. A man collapses mid-shift. Brick mold still in his hands. Heat. He's been working since before you arrived at post. He goes down without a sound. Your supervisor is watching from the ridge. 2 seconds. You make the call. You order the man up. He gets up. He works the rest of the shift. You file. Quota. Met. That night his face stays with you. Not guilt, something quieter. The order came out clean. You decide to lose it. Because a soldier who hesitates costs more than a Hebrew who bleeds. You didn't learn that from anyone. You just knew it by morning. The Hebrews pray every evening. You can hear it from the barracks. Same sounds, directed at something you can't see. The supervisor files his report. Your name is in it. Favorably. The Hebrew man's son watches you from across the worksite the next morning. He doesn't look afraid. Quota met. Promotion approved. You stop seeing faces. That is easier. Level 2. The overseer. You're 21. Overseer now. 200 Hebrews. 3 conscripts beneath you. The plagues haven't started yet. You give the sub-quotas. You decide which gangs eat. Then the Nile runs blood. You're standing at the riverbank when it happens. Not gradual. Instant. The water doesn't cloud, it turns. Thick. Red. Every fish dead within hours. You watch the Egyptian magicians replicate the sign. The court declares, Hebrew sorcery matched by Egyptian power. You repeat this to your conscripts. Rival power, not God. What you don't say, the magicians made more blood. They couldn't reverse it. Only Moses reversed it. You notice this. You buried it before the day ended. Because if the Hebrew God is real, everything built on Hebrew labor is finished. You cannot hold that thought and hold your rank simultaneously. So you release the thought. Your younger brother Amun visits after the 3rd plague. He's asking the same questions you already answered wrong. You tell him, Egyptian counter-sorcery. He believes you. He's 16. He trusts his older brother. The magicians fail to replicate the gnats. You don't report this upward. You file. Unit cohesion maintained. The commander calls you to his tent. He says you have the right mind for this. You do. That is the problem. Level 3. The chariot soldier. You're 24. Chariot division. Elite infantry of Egypt. You traded mud and quotas for bronze and speed. Different mess hall. Men who came up through weapons training. You fit in faster than you expected. Because the weight behind your eyes reads as discipline here. 6 more plagues since the Nile. Hail. Locusts. 3 days of darkness so complete you couldn't see your hand. The explanations come faster now. Then the 10th plague. Firstborn sons dying across Egypt. Your commander's son. The supervisor who first noted your name, his son. Your neighbor's eldest. Your household is untouched. You have no firstborn son. Your wife miscarried the year you were conscripted. You file this as fortune. You know it isn't fortune. A mercy you didn't ask for. Extended by a God you won't acknowledge. To a man who has spent 4 years explaining away his signs. You close the door on it. Because a man who admits a miracle must decide what to do with it. The decision is getting easier each time. The Hebrews leave organized, unhurried, carrying Egyptian gold. This doesn't look like a fleeing people. It looks like a people being led. Pharaoh changes his mind. The order comes down. We ride. You don't hesitate. Level 4. The chariot commander. You're 28, commanding 10 chariots. 40 men answering your signals. The Red Sea is 3 days ahead. Your men watch your face before they watch the terrain. Your face says, this is a military operation. First day of pursuit. The pillar of cloud is visible over the Hebrew camp from 8 miles out. It is not a weather formation. Every man in your unit knows this. You turn to your second. Atmospheric phenomenon. Maintain pursuit. He repeats it to the men. That night, the cloud moves. It repositions between the Hebrew camp and the Egyptian army. Darkness on our side, light on theirs. You tell your men, Hebrew smoke signals. Your brother Amun sends word. He's not certain we should be here. You send back. Follow orders. You believe neither word as you write it. Because commanding men requires certainty, and certainty requires not asking certain questions. The questions are still there. You've built walls around them. 4 of your 40 men hesitate at the water's edge when the sea divides. You order forward. 3 comply. 1 doesn't. You ride past him. The walls of water, 30 feet, moving slightly the way living things move when they breathe. You ride in. The walls hold. You tell yourself, they will hold. Level 5, the Red Sea mid-crossing. You're 28, midpoint of the sea floor, walls of water 30 feet on both sides, still moving. The sea floor is dry, not damp, not silted. Dry the way ground is dry after weeks without rain. You feel it through the chariot. This is not drainage. This is prepared ground. The Hebrew column is already on the far shore, watching. Halfway across, your chariot wheel shudders, then locks. Around you, every chariot simultaneously. 10 chariots. Then the formations behind. Hundreds more. Same failure. Same moment. Across the entire army. Not wear. Not terrain damage. Removal. Your second in command looks at you. His face is asking the question out loud that you've spent 11 years not answering. The Lord is fighting for them. Not theology. A tactical report. Because it is one. You open your mouth. Hebrew propaganda. The words come out. The machinery still works, even here. On prepared dry ground at the bottom of the sea with broken wheels, and the entire Hebrew nation watching the machine still runs. Because the machine is all you have. Acknowledge the miracle, and you have nothing. You order formation. Somewhere behind you on the Egyptian shore, Amun refused to cross. He's alive. You can see Moses on the far shore. His hand is raised. You know that gesture. The walls move. You have one thought. Not prayer, not God. Amun. Level 6. The collapse. You're 28. The water is returning. You have 4 seconds, maybe less. The sea has a sound. Not the sound of a wave. Waves break. This is the sound of something released. The walls don't fall, they return, as if they were always going to. Your horses go first, then the chariot. Then the water is everywhere, and there is no direction. 10 chariots, 40 men, 600 select chariots behind you, plus all the others. All of Pharaoh's horses and horsemen. Not one remained. No exception written in. No commander honored for stability under pressure. The sea doesn't sort by rank. You had more evidence than almost any soldier in Egyptian history. The Nile, the magicians failing at the gnats, the mercy you didn't name at the death plague, the pillar, the divided sea, the dry ground, the wheels. Each one was a door. You closed every one. Because Exodus 9 verse 16 told Pharaoh and everyone in his service exactly why this was happening. For this purpose I have raised you up, to show you my power, so that my name may be proclaimed in all the earth. You heard it. You served Pharaoh anyway. The sea closes. No record of your name. Just not one remained. Level 7. The silence. You're 28. The water is not moving anymore. Neither are you. The sound stopped. Everything stopped. What follows is not darkness. Darkness is absence. This is presence. Every suppressed moment, present simultaneously. The Nile. The third week. Amun's questions you answered wrong. The dry sea floor under your wheels. Unsuppressible now. The mechanism that processed those moments into acceptable explanations, it isn't running. 11 years of service. 40 men led into the sea. 1 man alive on the shore because he refused your order. Hebrews 9 verse 27. It is appointed for men to die once, and after that comes judgment. The appointment kept. You will stand before a throne. Not Egyptian. The judge is not Pharaoh. You know this face, from the pillar of fire, from the dry ground. From the moment the wheels came off every chariot simultaneously and you said, Hebrew propaganda. You know this face and you have no argument prepared for it, because the same God who split the sea and recorded the event also recorded that you were there. That is not collateral, that is testimony. Every moment you chose the explanation over the truth is a document. The third week is a document. The gnats are a document. The dry sea floor is a document. Your brother Amun is alive. He chose differently with the same evidence. You will have no defense. You never needed faith. You needed obedience. You chose Pharaoh. Level 8. The accounting. 28 years, 11 in service. The great throne is not Egyptian. The judge is not Pharaoh. You know this face. Not from fear, from recognition. The same presence behind the pillar of cloud, behind the dry ground, behind the wheels that came off simultaneously. You've been in this presence before. You named it weather. You named it sorcery. You named it propaganda. You have no name for it now. Every name you had was a defense. The defenses are gone. Revelation 20 verse 12. The dead were judged by what was written in the books, according to what they had done. The books are open. Yours is not short. The Nile is there. The gnats are there. The moment you told Amun, 16 years old, trusting his older brother that the signs were counter-sorcery, he believed you. He nearly crossed. He stopped 20 feet from the waterline. You knew he was right. You gave the formation order anyway. Matthew 11. Judgment proportional to evidence. You received the Nile, the gnats, the death plague, the pillar, the divided sea, the removed wheels, each one a door you closed. Because Romans 1, verse 20, made you without excuse, not almost, without excuse. The Hebrew man, his son. In the record, as witnesses, you followed a man who could not follow God. That is your sentence. He's 17, new conscript, Delta region garrison. The Hebrews are still building. There are always Hebrews building. He doesn't know your name. Why would he? The sea took your name with everything else. The quota board was updated by the following morning. Your slot filled before the water finished settling. He sees the promotion track, the way overseers move through the mess hall with different posture than conscripts. The chariot division soldiers, bronze-fitted, training at dawn. He has no evidence yet. That changes nothing. The evidence will come. It always comes. A Hebrew man collapses mid-shift. The same delta sun, the same brick molds. The new conscript looks at the man. Looks at the supervisor on the ridge. 2 seconds. He makes the call. First report filed. The machine receives him. Egypt doesn't mourn its soldiers. It issues new conscription orders. There will always be a Pharaoh. There will always be an army. The question was never whether the sea would close. The question is whether you are still on this side of it. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe before Pharaoh's army gets assigned to your algorithm instead.